In the comments below, let me know, are you going to be completing this Record Breaker Edouard review? If you didn't know why he got it, well, it says on the screen. And a Record Breaker Edouard celebrating his fastest goal scored by a player on his Premier League debut. To get him, you do have quite a few SBCs to get through, and the rewards aren't particularly too great, but not gonna lie, the card, even though it doesn't have the best overall, some of the in-game stats are actually quite nice, and we'll have a look at those more in depth in a moment. If you need some coins to improve your ultimate team, the cheapest place to get them is at IG Vault, and there is a link in the description. And if you use the code Kieron at checkout, you'll get yourself an even bigger discount off your order. So for team number 1, we're going to submit a full Bundesliga side. Team 2, we're going to go for a full Serie A team. And then for team 3, just a full Premier League team. And everyone here is, pretty much untradeable, so I'm just happy to submit them. I don't actually think I have to put Schmeichel in. Let's just see if we can drop him a little bit. I believe we can, because we just need an 82 rated squad, and yeah, we'll save him by putting Willy Volley in, and that is it done. We now have a Record Breaker card coming into the club, and like I've already said, it looks like one that might actually be a little bit underrated in terms of overall rating, but I think EA knew that, and that's why he's not particularly too cheap either. Okay, so let's quickly open the packs and see if we can earn anything back from what we've just submitted. Pack number 1 is absolutely awful by the looks of things. Yeah, not too great. We get Bolly back. Is this the guy that was like rapid in like one of the old FIFAs? I think it is. We'll just shove him on the transfer list for now. I swear he used to have 97 pace. Please do correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was the fastest player in the game. As we get an 83, we get Rudiger back, so that's not too bad. And then we end with a Prime Electrum Players pack. There is an 80 plus guarantee player in this one. Is it going to be anyone good? No, absolutely awful. If you got anyone in the packs, let me know who in the comments. Right, let's get this guy in the team then. I've got a Premier League team ready for him. Just need to find him now. There he is. Let's have a look at this card then. 4-star, high, medium wear rates. Some really good traits. Well, mainly the finesse shot. You all know I love it this year. And like I said, in-game stats actually do look quite good. I mean, fair enough, there are a couple which, don't look too amazing, but there are also some really nice ones. One of them being the composure of 92 for an 85 striker. That is very nice, as is the 95 agility, 95 balance, 91 agility, and the 90 in-game dribbling rating. It's a shame though, the reaction stat is only 77. That really is a shame. Shooting though, 89 composure combined with that 92 composure should make him a pretty good player in front of goal. So hopefully he can score plenty of bangers for us. Obviously the physicals are quite nice for most part. Do wish he had a bit better aggression, but obviously we can't change that too much. So in terms of a chem style, what are we thinking? I think you've actually got a lot of options with this card, depending on what you want to do with it. I actually think finisher is a very good option. Marksman also isn't bad for him at all. These notable boosts are really helpful. In fact, marksman, if you don't want a pace boost, is a brilliant choice. Like, max out that strength, make his finishing 99 also, and make his in-game dribbling at 99 as well. If you want a pace boost, Hawk is actually a really good choice as well. Obviously get the pace boost, his shooting becomes great, and his physicals get pretty amazing at that point. Okay, so on debut, this is what we face, a full French team, very nice side as well, but hopefully a team that we can, put a few goals past. Well, we just have to play ourselves out of trouble. Saka puts the ball through to Edouard, who's got a chance here because my opponent is marking the would-be other attacker, and we just take full advantage. I completely lost my train of thought there, but I was so surprised at how quick my opponent committed to the pass when I had a shot. Mane into the feet of Edouard, takes a nice touch initially. Here's the attack. Can we get it onto him? Yes, we can. Tight angle. Oh, I tried to pull it off, and I really shouldn't have. Should have gone for the pass. But we actually do create a chance for Saka. Ref? Oh wow, he actually gave the foul there. Okay, I mean, that was a whole mess of a scenario, but I guess we have to take it with our main man, who I will switch it over to now. He's got 91 penalties as well, so probably can place one quite nicely in a corner. And I've gone for the cheeky chip down the middle and absolutely messed it up, so my bad. What a tackle from Kieron Tierney. Get that wrong and it's a penalty. Saka puts the ball through to the Frenchman. Tight angle, and sadly, Bernardo. To Edouard, who gets the shot away left-footed. It comes to Aubameyang, who gets a tap in. We have scored some really bad goals in this game. There's a chance to break now. Saka goes for the crossfield pass. He'll find the Frenchman, who's now running down the wing, and Aubameyang's free in the box. Can we find him? Oh, the cross. The cross was not good. Break time. Chance time. 3-0 time. That's game over before half-time. And there's the half-time whistle. 3-0 up at the break. Really can't ask for much more, but it is worth noting. Could have been 4. We should have scored that penalty, but that's all on me, not the player. Nice. Good play. Really good switch and a good pass there from the Frenchman. Aubameyang puts the ball through. Oh, referee! Oh, if he stayed on his feet there, we're in. My opponent has gone ultra-attacking, and it really, really shows. Oh, what a goal. Yeah, I think he'd given up at the end. But, yeah, good debut. We can't complain with that. Game number 2, and, yeah, it's a nice team. It's a nice team. Not looking forward to going up against that Kessie. He's a bit of a beast. Mane into the path of Edouard, who's going to try and get around Marquinhos here. Does really well to stand him up. Gets the shot away too, but sadly blocked by Kimpembe. But Aubameyang goes for the acrobatic. Mane, nice through ball into Edouard. Options in the box are pretty limited. But what a ball, and Aubameyang! Great bit of play. And following that goal, we get an instant rage quit. Love to see that in champs. Okay, shall we have a chat about this card then? What did I make of this item? I'm going to say straight away, performs better than an 85 overall. But I'm also going to say straight away, I don't think his value for money is particularly too high. I don't think it's terrible, but I definitely think we are paying a bit for his league and nation. Obviously, Prem tax is a very real thing in FIFA, and he's French as well. So he's just so easy to get into teams, so easy to get into hybrids, and yeah, there's so many good players you can link him with. So I feel like his price is a bit inflated because of that. Anyway, we'll come back to his price later on. Let's now talk about his in-game performance. What did I like about the card? I'll say straight away, pace, very good, no issues there whatsoever. It definitely has the ability to beat a man. In terms of shooting, the guy can definitely score, and in-game for me, like, we saw goals, and it seems like a very stupid thing to say, but you want your striker to score goals. He did that, so happy days. But he also scored some good goals. I like his finishing. I didn't think his shot power was too amazing, but his accuracy seemed pretty good for me, so that was obviously really, really pleasing. But the best thing about this card for me personally wasn't any of that. It was actually his run making and positioning. For me, he just kept getting into good areas constantly and just regularly getting in on the end of through balls, and that just made him, pretty easy to use. If you've got a player who's always in the right place at the right time, no matter what, they're going to create chances for themselves and others, and that's exactly what I experienced with this item. So yeah, really, really happy with that area of his game. And it's worth noting as well, his positioning stat isn't anything amazing. 83 is a base stat, 88 with the Hawk Chem style that we used, and I know 88 positioning is good, but it's not, like brilliant compared to some of the strikers that we've got available now. But yeah, it felt very, very good in game, obviously in combination with those high medium work rates. How was this guy's passing game? Honestly, through balls and crossing were pretty horrendous, but the short passing game to link up with other players was alright. But yeah, he's definitely not... He's a striker. He's an out-and-out striker. You don't want to be putting him in any other position, essentially. Otherwise, you're going to have, a bit of trouble with him. Now we come on to the dribbling. For someone who is 6'2", I think quite good on the ball. He's also got the high and average body type as well, so he was never going to feel, super agile on the ball. But for someone of his height and stature, I think he's actually all right on the ball. I really, really do. And there was some instances where he showed some actual pretty good feet. It just wasn't a consistent thing, so that's just something to be aware of when using him. But I don't think he's terrible on the ball by any means for someone who, as I say, is 6'2" with that kind of body type. And then finally, physically, what did we make of him? I did like the strength. And I also liked his aerial ability, so that was great. Obviously, aggression isn't the best, but Hawk, the chem style, gives it a +10, and that I feel really, really did help him in game when battling for the ball. And you saw a couple of instances of that in the in-game footage as well. So all in all, I think it's a good striker card. I really, really do. But do I think it's worth 100+K? I just think he's a little bit on the expensive side. I don't think it's a well-priced SBC. But saying that, there's a lot of upgrade packs available right now, so you could grind him for less. So yeah, there is that. But we do have a couple of comparisons to do before we leave, so let me just quickly pull up the screen. So here are your Premier League striker options. Who am I using this item over? Cahill, Raul Jimenez, I just didn't really get on with that card too much. I think one of the best comparisons is probably going to be around these two hero cards. Like, is he better than Solskjaer? I would say he is in-game. Is he better than Keane? I would say it's pretty close. Edouard's definitely faster and better on the ball, but Keane is much more clinical in my opinion. So it depends on what you kind of want between them two. But I would say they are very, very similar in the grand scheme of things, also with price as well. So that's probably, you know, your best similar item. But overall verdict-wise, is this card worth doing? I think if you can do it cheap, I think it's worth doing because, as I say, it's a fun little item. I don't think, as I say, it's terrific value for money at being over 100k. And let's be honest, if this card was on the market, it wouldn't be anywhere near that in terms of, you know, cost. But yeah, nice card that if you can complete cheaply with your fodder, I do think will hopefully have a good impact for you. Is it going to get into like elite weekend league teams? No, but will it get into you know, like fun Premier League teams? Absolutely. But yeah, good card, outperforms its overall rating, but not particularly brilliant value for money in my opinion. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the 85 rated Record Breaker. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating on it in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one.